This program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana. Good evening and a very warm welcome to First Issues. Science. Not too long ago, this field was predominantly pursued by boys and men. Societally, women were deliberately discouraged from having careers in science, technology, engineering and math, or STEM for short. While there have been some improvements, girls and women are still systemically tracked away from science and math throughout their education, limiting their access, preparation and opportunities to go into these fields as adults. Presently, women make up only 34% of the workforce in STEM, with men vastly outnumbering women majoring in this field in university. Our guest is Marang Mbaakanyi, who did not let these numbers demotivate her from pursuing her passions in STEM. She is the founder and CEO of Drones for Africa, an aerospace company that sells and maintains drones operating right in the heart of Gaborone at the CBD. As the youngest of three siblings, Marang was nurtured in a very close-knit family unit. She has an older sister and an older brother. Her early years were marked by her inclination to understanding how things worked with electronics, in particular, holding a special fascination for her. From a very young age, she would often find herself immersed in the intricate world of wires, circuit boards and gadgets that she could get her hands on. Marang's deep-seated passion for technology remained a guiding force in her life, leading her to the University of Sunderland via the Botswana Accountancy College, where she undertook a degree program in computer systems engineering. It was during her time at the Botswana International University of Science and Technology, pursuing a Master of Science degree in computer science, that she was exposed to the fascinating world of drone technology, a field that was relatively unexplored in Botswana at the time. Following that, Drones for Africa was born in 2019. Tonight, Marang talks to us about the business and where they have set sights for the future. Marang, thank you so much for coming on First Issues, affording us your time. We're here today to talk about your business undertaking, Drones for Africa. Please tell us about it.
Let me first introduce Drones for Africa. Drones for Africa is a one-stop shop for all drone technology solutions. So what we do is we sell different types of drones, ranging from as small as the handheld type of drones to the very biggest of them all that can even lift me. We sell multi-rotor drones, we sell fixed-wing drones, and VTOL type of drones. And apart from just selling, we rent them out because we're trying to make the technology accessible to literally everyone. So what we do is we are we're renting it out to people. So we rent out different services, agricultural services. If you need us to spray for you, we come, we do it for you. If you want us to do like a construction site inspection, we do it for you. That's the rental part of it. And also we do training. We have remote pilot training school center. So we are trying to train people to be drone pilots. The other thing is we have a repair and maintenance center where we're trying to where we repair the drones that people have bought and are having issues with them. And the other thing is we have a consultation service center where we're trying to help people who are trying to get in the same industry. So we have a consultation center to help those, and also we have a data analysis center where we're trying to analyze the data that has been collected by drones, because most of the people just collect the data but don't know how to interpret it, how to do reports from them. So we help them with that. And also we have a research and development center because we're trying to manufacture our own drones in Botswana. So we have that as well. So basically that's Drones for Africa in a nutshell.
You are operating in a sector that is predominantly male. the field is yet to be fully exploited in Botswana. How has that experience been like for you?
I usually tell people that talent knows no gender. You know, if we're talking about talent, if you have the qualifications, then we don't put gender to it. But otherwise, most of my experiences has been, I'd say, I came at the right time, because everyone is talking, gender equality. Everyone is talking about, women in tech, women this, women that. So I'd say I came at the right time, because everyone is advocating for that. So when I come with this technology, they don't necessarily look at my gender, or alternatively, I'd say they actually push that I'm helped because of my gender, knowing that there are few women in the same space.
I'm happy that you're talking about advocacy for women in this space. It brings me to my next point, that while there has been talks to close the gender parity gap, it really has been slow to see the numbers growing of women in STEM. So how do you hope to fast track, if at all, or to lend a helping hand in closing that gap, or at the very least bridging it?
I think the reason why the number is actually low is because maybe I grew up without necessarily a mentor, someone to look up to in the tech space. But I thought, if I don't do it, then who's going to do it? If I'm going to be that mentor, someone who's going to actually try to help the people or the children coming after me to say it is actually possible. So we can't necessarily change what people think as much as we're trying to push mindset change. But at the end of the day, we can at least do what we can do in our little space, which is, empowerment. Growing up, I wished there was someone I could look up to, but unfortunately there was no one, and I thought I can fill that gap. So with that, I started an NGO called Botswana Drones Association. So what we do is we empower young girls. I'm doing what I didn't have. I'm holding their hand and taking them through the process to tell them that you can actually do it.
So you have always been keen to work with technology, to dabble in this space since you were a little girl, and I want to believe that you're living a lifelong dream. And one might wonder what that is like, to wake up every day and realize this is no longer a dream, it's my reality. Share that experience, paying particular attention to encouraging somebody, a young person especially, who might feel perhaps unqualified to go after a dream that they have.
Living the dream is fulfilling, because I remember, years ago, was it 30 years ago or 20 years ago, where it first started off as just a dream, and now it's actually happening.
So you are living within a dream, I want to assume, because you've wanted to work in tech since you were a little girl, right? You could share with us what that experience or how that feels, but paying special attention to maybe encouraging a young person out there who has a dream but feels unqualified to have it, let alone actually pursue it.
I'd say I'm living the dream, because this is what I've always wanted since I was a young girl, and waking up to it is fulfilling. I usually say, it's more of passion meeting career, so in that case, you don't have anyone waking you up, you don't have any pressure saying, work this, and you go to an extent of even working overnight because you're living the dream. But I'd say to someone who feels some type of way, someone who has a dream and wants to fulfill the dream, I'd say sometimes it's okay to have a bit of fear. It's okay to have a bit of doubt, but you shouldn't allow that to dictate anything. It's okay to feel it, but allow also the working hard, allow dedication, allow passion to overcome that.
STEM projects are known to be very capital intensive. This is sometimes a hurdle for a lot of people. How did you get over that hurdle? How did you approach it? This is assuming, of course, if it was a challenge for you.
I registered Drones for Africa 2019. So I believe most of the time we have these projects or these businesses that we've just want to register out of excitement at SIPA. You know, I have this idea and then I need to register it. And with me, I got to find out that no, it's not actually about just registering the company. There is more to that, and that comes to the capital. And when I did my research, I found out that drones are actually expensive, you know. And what I did is I started saving from 2019 up to 2022. So what I used to do is I used to actually sell clothes, you know. Yes, so when you saw me in that time selling clothes, you think by now to be having a boutique, but I was actually saving up for Drones for Africa. So I started saving until I realized that no, but I think I have enough to start something.
So the future, what is it looking like for you and the business Drones for Africa?
For me, I'd say as in our research and development, I've realized that there's a lot that we want to do under artificial intelligence and machine learning. So I am now, in the future, I'm planning to do my PhD. Not only one PhD, but at least 2 to 3 PhDs, so that we can better explore the artificial intelligence side and machine learning and put it into drones. As of Drones for Africa, the reason why it's Drones for Africa is the intention is to expand to other, you know, the whole continent. Not only the whole continent, by the time we finish manufacturing the drones that we're working on now, we want to be in a position to supply the whole world. So in the future, I see Drones for Africa being the #1 leading supplier of drones around the world.